any bet.
Due to the postponement of the ISO Water Champions Cup games on Saturday, this week of matches in the schoolboy football competitions have all been rearranged. The Water Champions Cup first round will get cracking on Tuesday. The doubleheader at the National Stadium with Manchester High and St. Elizabeth Technical High venues also being used. On Wednesday, the quarterfinals of the Walker Cup take center stage at different venues, with the Ben Francis Cup last 8 the following day. On Friday, Sabina Park becomes the host of the Manning Cup semis starting at 3, and on Saturday, the Costa Cup semis will be played at 2 venues at Manchester and Glenmuir High starting at 3. That's all the time we have for your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Danger's Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Anybet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
Good morning, listeners. Welcome to Monday morning. Welcome to a new week. Welcome to your mid-morning program, Final Decisions. We are here every Monday and every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. And I say we, because it is, of course, we.
Yes, sir. We are here. We are here.
I am, of course, Mark Maitland from the Garden of Paradise Funeral Home.
And this is Errol Green from Exodus Funeral Home. Mr. Maitland, we are not leaving until they get better.
Those who were here on Thursday got a treat. We had a double green on Thursday.
Right.
Young Terrell Green was here on the program. We were talking about, the future of the funeral industry and getting the insight from a future leader in the industry. And man, that was a proud moment. That was a wonderful program. For those who missed that program, you can always go to the Facebook and or the YouTube page of the Omega KLAS FM. Just type in Final Decision, and you can look for the program for last Thursday and get some of those insights. Mr. Green, we're one day closer to the end of the year, and I can't believe we're actually almost up on December already.
Sure. It's unbelievable, Mr. Maitland, because normally at this time of the year, I normally do some calendars, especially for with the deceased on it, and use it at the funeral. And I normally start it in November.
And November just moving.
And I don't know one calendars yet.
I
can't believe, Mr. Maitland, that we are in November.
We are in November. As a matter of fact, guess what? We're not only in November. But are you aware that next Monday, this time, is our penultimate program of the year? Mm-hmm. So November is almost finished.
Almost.
Next week, Thursday, is the last day in November.
Right.
So, Mr. Green, the Christmas thing upon us.
and it is my time of the year.
No, man, it's my time of the year. Man. I'm going to come run it down, brother. I just want to say sincere condolence, because we are fully aware of the fact that though many of us are, planning and celebrating in the Yuletide season, there are those among us who are not so happy. And I want to especially say to those who have lost loved ones on the weekend and those who are making plans for the funeral service for loved ones that have lost their loved ones, and during this time you're planning the funeral service, on behalf of the Garden of Paradise Funeral Home, on behalf of Exodus Funeral Home, on behalf of our management, sincere and profound condolence to you. We don't know how you feel. We can't say we know how you feel, but we know it's going to be very difficult, especially during this season when persons try to, have that sort of family dynamism and coming together. It's going to be a very difficult moment. And so I say, sincere condolence to you. And we just want to encourage you, whilst you're making those preparations for the final dispositions of your loved one, to seek to have collaboration, not only with other family members, but speak closely with your funeral director.
Yes, sir. And you know, I'm still getting calls, Mr. Maitland, and it sense that um, you know, there are still a little gaps between families and funeral homes because you know some questions that I have to be answering sometimes. You know, I have to ask, do you choose a funeral home already? And they say yes. So I said, why not talking to your funeral home director, your funeral home provider? You know, they should be able to furnish you those information
And just guide you through the process.
and guide you through the process easy.
Right.
So I'm wondering what is really happening. You know what I mean? You know?
And that's why I keep encouraging our listeners. Don't just be sentimental about what you're doing. Do your research.
Yes.
Do your research, because at the end of the day, you don't want to have the added grief. You're grieving, and instead of working with individuals who are actually helping to alleviate that grief, it is adding more sorrow to what you're doing. But your funeral service provider should be able to guide you
Through the process.
through the process. As a matter of fact, take your hand and walk you through the process. Because especially, and listeners, please forgive me if I'm stressing a whole lot on this time of the year, is because of what we know happened this time of the year, and the emphasis that is placed on this time of the year by society and by individuals, and especially during this time, persons want to know that, you know, things are a bit easier.
Yeah. Somebody had bring something to my attention. That is an what they call it. You know, I don't do a big on social media thing. It's daytime, some social media platform where someone had post a concern that they have, a genuine need, you know, of a situation, and it's going probably into 2 weeks now. And I'm saying that they're not bashing in the funeral home, you know, they're seeking help and guidance.
Okay.
And I'm saying that it is so bad that they have to take this to social media when there's so many funeral homes around them, and there must be a funeral home provider who that family must have been talking with for the past 2 weeks.
What was the concern? Because I'm not too familiar with it.
I was supposed to send to your WhatsApp this morning when I get it, you know, but I did not. I think the person is at KPH, and based on my understanding, well, she's very young and trying, but she believed that there's money there can really assist with the funeral. But she was told that they will not give her a cost of death. She has to do a post-mortem, and she don't know how to go about doing a post-mortem. She don't know what it's going to cost, and, you know, she need advice and suggestion. So I'm saying that, you know, that's not something that really...
All right. So since it has been brought to our attention, and if the individual perchance is listening, and there's somebody who is listening who can provide the information. I mean, this is something that we have discussed in the program previously, but I have no problem going over the information. The fact is, the person died at the Kingston Public Hospital, according to what Mr. Green has just informed me, and I hope that this is really what the situation is. So, based on the information we have, is that the person died, and I'm just going to say it randomly, one of our major public hospitals. Now, the sequence of events or the channels that you should go through are: one, first and foremost, find out if the hospital has interest in having an autopsy done. And if the hospital has interest in having an autopsy done, that is confirmed, then you'll find out whether it's going to be a government autopsy or whether it's going to be an autopsy that the family will have to do. Now, if it's a situation that So the other part of the question that we need to have answers to, first and foremost, is whether or not the individual was a patient at the Kingston Hospital, KPH,
Right.
or is it that the person was brought there and they were pronounced dead? Now, what I do know is that in instances where the individual is a patient at the hospital, for the most part, the hospital will take the lead in what happens there. And oftentimes, the hospital will say they are inconclusive as to what the cause of death is, and so they will require an autopsy, and they will lead that. And they will tell the family that the autopsy will be done on a particular date, etc., and that part is sorted out. However, if the person was just pronounced dead at the hospital and was not on the ward, the next move is that the government contracted funeral home will be called, and of course the police station in the vicinity. Now, listener, I'm speaking specifically to that individual who sent that post. And if you're somebody, again, who is able to either direct the person to this line or to pass on the information, please do so. If not, you can always give them our contact number. My contact number is 876-870-5848.
845-3528.
Good. And so what will happen is that the individual will be sent to the government contracted funeral home, which in this case will be Tranquility Funeral Home. Now, what the person will need to do, and I believe that the hospital will have instructed them, liaise with the Denhamton Police Station, because that is the jurisdiction in which the hospital falls.
Right.
And then the police will instruct you as to the procedure in relation to the autopsy.
Yeah. Mr. Mayland, this is not a difficult case.
It's not a difficult case.
It's not a difficult case because I did not get a chance to read the article, but it was bring to my attention, right? And you know, and as you have said that, you know what happens sometimes, Mr. Maitland, when people end up in situations like these, they seek advice from people outside of the industry,
right,
who believe that they know some things,
the truth
and then
is,
they mislead them. Then it looks difficult,
right,
and look hard to deal with.
Right. All right. So fact is, I don't even know the nature of the situation, but I want to just provide a solution.
Right.
So that individual is supposed to liaise with person at the Denhamton Police Station who will guide you, because of course your loved one would by now be at the House of Tranquility Funeral Home, and then liaising with the police if it is a situation that the hospital is saying it is all right for you to do a private autopsy. You can either speak with the funeral director at the House of Tranquility, have that done, or if you have another funeral home that you want to work with, you speak with that funeral director. They will guide you as to having the transfer done from the government contracted funeral home to that facility, and then they will assist in getting a private autopsy done. Now, listener, please, the person who posts this, please just follow the correct channels. Speak with those at KPH first and foremost. Then you speak with the individuals at the Denhamton Police Station. They will guide you through the process. It's an easy process.
Very easy process.
Easy process.
There's nothing in it to confuse you.
It's an easy process. And I'm sorry if so far it seems very difficult for you and it is causing you a whole lot more stress than you had intended for or you can bear, especially it indicated that it's a young person. And so just speak with somebody. First step, your loved one, based on what we understand, was pronounced at KPH. We know by now they are at the House of Tranquility. Just visit the House of Tranquility on Orange Street, speak with the a funeral director there, explain the situation, and I am positive that they will guide you through the process.
Sure, they will.
All right? And if there are any other dark areas, you can always speak with the funeral director. They are capable people. They are able people. They are persons who are conscious of what they are doing, and they will guide you through the process, and I know they'll take off a burden off you. All right? So please have that conversation. Maybe you have been having challenges with communication through the KPH, so I'm going to redirect you straight to the government contracted funeral home, House of Tranquility. Just go there. Identify yourself. Tell them the name of the deceased, when the person died, and they will guide you through the process. All right? So I hope that the person is listening, and if not, somebody will pass on the information, either what was said, or you can pass on our contact numbers, and we will get them. We're going to go to a break now. When we return, we go to the second part of our program. Then we wrap up. It will get better.
You know, so the person is supposed to come.
Won't last forever. Won't last forever. And if you trust in the Lord, your nights will turn to day. Just remember.
The time brought to you by the Manchester Corp Credit Union 1977 Limited Property Loan, telephone 876-962-0401 is 11:45.
Get quality cars from Acorn Sales Auto Limited, located at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center. Need a car from Japan? or United Kingdom or special order, call 876-616-4777 or WhatsApp 876-333-5555. They assist with registration, transfer, and license. Just visit Acorn Sales Auto at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center for quality cars at competitive prices.
We're your partner in color. Over 30 years strong, serving Jamaica beautifully. Changing lives and leading the revolution with quality products innovated for when you need a superior finish. Edgecam paints are trusted, loved, and used by experts in the business of automotive, industrial, decorative, and furniture. We have the blueprint to help you create, vibe, and live life beautifully. Edgecam, changing lives 1 gallon at a time.
Importers, are you clearing non-commercial shipments such as barrels and packages this Christmas? Join the Jamaica Customs Agency for a riveting online forum on contactless clearance and the new Customs mobile app. Wednesday, November 22, 2023, starting at 10 a.m. under the theme Customs Clearance Made Easier Through Digital Transformation. Importers, clearing customs is now easier with contactless clearance. So, click, connect, and converse with Customs by visiting our website at jacustoms.gov.jm to register and to participate. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Did you know that the flu can lead to hospitalization and even death? Pregnant women, persons 60 years and older, babies and children, and persons with a chronic illness such as diabetes, asthma, or heart disease are at a high risk for complications from the flu. Get the flu vaccine today. Visit your nearest health center and ask to be vaccinated. The flu is no joke.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness with support from USAID and PAHO.
Black Friday Mega Madness. Black Friday Mega Madness. Black Friday Mega Madness. We have never had a sale this big. Get ready, Jamaica. This one is massive. It's the Black Friday Mega Madness weekend, November 24 to 26 at Home and Things. Every single item in store is 30 to 70% off this Friday only. And catch the Saturday and Sunday specials too. Black Friday Mega Madness weekend is on at Home and Things, Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's a Mega Madness weekend. It will get better. It will get better. Won't last forever. Won't last forever.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back. The program is Final Decision, aired every Monday and Thursday here on the Omega KLS 89 FM. It's your mid-morning break where we provide you with vital information to navigate through the funeral industry. And on the heels of the discussion that we just had and the information that we just provided, we just want to say to those who are listening, there are times that maybe the situation does not reside with you. Maybe it's somebody that you know they have an issue. Again, the encouragement is speak with your funeral director. Or you can always touch base with us. You don't have to be a client of Garden of Paradise or a client of Precious
Right.
for us to guide you.
Right.
And we know that there are some gray areas sometimes either perceived or real, and we just want to clear up those gray areas. We stand ready to clear up those gray areas, and we stand ready to assist you through the process, because the key thing is to ensure that while you are grieving, you're not burdened with additional stress. And we know that trying to have the final disposition of a loved one and trying to process all that is going at the same time can be very difficult.
Yes, sir.
And for that reason, we have no problem, ladies and gentlemen, with helping you to either get the information or directing you where the information can be had so that the problem can be solved and your family can have things a little bit easier. And so, Mr. Green, from time to time, these things do happen.
Yeah, and Mr. Maitland, I'm very happy for this program. That people can get information that they needed, because it's happening very often.
It's happening too often now.
Yeah, it's happening too often now. Where and the sad part of it, when I speak to these people, their loved one is already at a funeral home.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? So it seems to me like the communication is not.
Don't be afraid, listeners. Don't be afraid to get a second opinion.
Right.
So
that's it, Mr.
Yes.
Maitland. I don't more of a system. I'm not gonna afraid to say it still because
No.
I don't want it. I would don't want to believe that we come on here to bash them.
No, we're not bashing anybody.
You understand?
Neither are we trying to.
But if the thing don't sound clear, Mr. Maitland give me the strength to talk. Praise the Lord. If the thing don't sound clear to you,
get a second
and
opinion.
you're not understanding it, get a second opinion.
Not that we're trying to get the work from somebody else. No, that's not it.
Because if you come to Exodus or Gun of Paradise for a second opinion now, we're not going to tell you to do a removal.
No.
We are going to advise you.
No.
Just like how Mr. Maitland kindly advised that person to go to the House of Tranquility, speak to a funeral director, and they will guide you through the process.
They will.
That's exactly what we are going to tell you.
They will. Because they are the professionals. They are
You
the
know?
professionals.
You know, when we start this program, the song I come with Mr. Maitland, you remember? What to do
When you don't know.
when you don't know what to do. So we are here to help you to do what you don't know what to do.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to get a second opinion, because sometimes in the second opinion you find clarity. You find clarity. But from the get-go, I'll always reiterate this. From the get-go, when you have to make a decision, make an informed decision. Don't just go with somebody because the name sounds nice, or somebody who has used them before, or you think it's gonna be cheaper. Make informed decision. I know in this case that we referred to earlier, it was not a situation such as this. These are one-off situations that happen, and so I want to guide you through the process. And I'm sure that the hospital would have provided guidelines as to what to do. But in the event it was not so clear, again, talk to those at the Tranquility House of
Yeah, man,
Tranquility.
because sometimes, Mr. Maitland, they bash the hospital, When they have not gone to the hospital to gain any information,
Right.
just listen to what other people on the outside is saying.
Right.
Instead of them go to the hospital, speak to the administrator, and find out what is happening.
And in our situation, speak to professionals in the industry. Professionals in the industry.
And stop me people tell about them in the street and they know everything. They don't know nothing. You understand? Are you going to talk to that person who used to work at the funeral
Who
home?
used to work. I said that they used to work at that.
Yeah, so ask them what they used to do at the funeral home. And they tell about, ask them questions related to what they used to do. Because, regular funeral home don't mean that you know what happened inside.
And the key thing in every situation that involves the death of a loved one, the key thing is for those who are going through the process of grieving to be eased of that burden of grieving, to be eased of whatever stress accompanies death, because we know that death comes with a lot of stress.
Oh, man, talk about it, bro.
And your thought process is not where it's supposed to be. Your thought process is not where it's supposed to be. And my recommendation is always speak to the professionals. And if you're afraid that, in speaking to somebody from an entity, you're afraid that they'll believe that, they are entitled for you to work with them. We're saying we have open channels. You can always talk with us. We will provide the information you need. We'll provide the guidance you need, because at the end of the day, what matters to Mr. Maitland, what matters to Mr. Green is that you are comfortable, information is provided for you, and you have that channel through which things are made easier for you. That's our only concern.
Right.
That's our only concern. Mr. Green, with the time that we have before we go, there's something that I want to touch on, because I know about 7 programs ago, we talked about a couple of initiatives that are coming. Now, one of the things that we have been looking at in a marked way is how we can help to impact the education system in our country. Because we know that a part of the solution to crime has to do with changing of mindset.
Yes, sir.
Of individuals. And it starts from a tender age. And so, ladies and gentlemen, there is one initiative that we want to talk about this morning that we will be starting shortly. As a matter of fact, it will be kickstart next week, Wednesday.
Right, sure.
In the eastern parish of Portland, through the Exodus Funeral Home. And so, Mr. Green, we just want to explain to the listeners this initiative.
Yeah.
And how we want to impact.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I like the way you put it. I like the way you state it. We look at the crime system in Jamaica,
right,
and see how we can help. And everybody's bashing the government and waiting on the government to come up with a solution, while sometimes we have the answer.
Right.
Right. And and there's something that we learn that train a child in the way that when they get old they will not depart from it.
Right.
And we realize, so by doing that, you realize the importance of education.
Yes.
Right. It is necessary.
Yes.
It's become a necessity that if you help a child to educate, his or herself,
yes,
then they'll be a better person.
And it will make them think differently.
It will make them think differently. Right. But if you are just going to live a life where you can't wait for the person to reach 16 or 17 to finish high school, then go look at work, and so, that is not good enough. You need more than that. Mr. Maitland, the program in Portland that I am looking at now, right?
The program which will start in Portland.
We start in Portland, Mr. Maitland.
Because it's a wider program, right.
Every year at Exodus, we attend a lot of graduation throughout St. Mary and Portland.
Yes.
Right, where we try to award the top students, the most improved students, with an incentive, in cash prize, to help with their book list. But we want to do more than that. After attending quite a number of graduation in Portland and St. Mary, I was not pleased with the result, honestly.
Right.
So the graduation that I attended, the result was good, excellent. Some of them, the result was not so impressive. The passes.
Right.
Right? So at Exodus, we plan to see how best we can help to improve that. So we plan that this school here, we want to give in Portland 16 primary school, right? Grade 6.
Yes.
We want to donate $50,000
toward the PEP program.
Toward the PEP program.
For the preparation.
For the preparation of the program for grade 6
right.
student. So we see how that can help to motivate them. Right, to put them into a position that they can be more interested in the programs, because they will be awarded.
Yes.
Right, and it will also, help to motivate the parents also, because we want to get the parents involved.
Yes.
Not only we will consider in the students, but we also consider teachers and parents also.
Yes.
The engine behind them.
Yes.
Right, so we are looking to do that for this school year.
And you're starting with 16 schools
in Portland.
In Portland. That does Portland because you're coming over into St.
Over
Mary.
in St. Mary. We're going to do 16 school in St. Mary also. So for this school year, we'll be doing 16 school in Portland and 16 school in St. Mary.
That's 32.
That's 32.
All right. And just for the listeners to know that in Kingston, we'll be starting with 10.
With 10 schools.
Yeah, we'll be starting with 10 schools in Kingston. And of course, is a program that we are using this as a test project.
Right.
Because instead of expanding it the way we want to,
yes, sir,
we're going to start small.
Yeah. So we want Mr. Maitland to see if for the past 10 years,
right,
if this school year we can have the best results.
We can have better results, of course.
That's our aim.
All right.
Then we know now the program
is working.
And
we can go wider with it.
We can go wider with the program.
All right. So
because every good idea, Mr. Maitland, trust me, it will not be acknowledged by some people, but nature will not forget it.
Definitely. So the program, the Portland aspect of it will be launched next week Wednesday at the Buff Bay Primary School. And of course, we'll tell the listeners when the St. Mary leg will be launched and when the Kingston leg will be launched.
Right.
And the venues and the dates. But we're looking to start in Portland with 16 schools, in St. Mary 16 schools, and then in Kingston with another 10 schools. And we watch how the program grows through this nucleus, this test set, and then as the year goes on, we'll see how we can develop more.
So, Mr. Mayor, let me ask you that, Mr. Mayor. Not all them are funeral or just bury people.
No, man. We look at things a different way, Mr. Green. Because the truth is, this is the society in which we do business and we benefit from them. And the aim is always to see how we can help our society to be better. Because the fact is, if we have a society with more professionals, we're going to have a better Jamaica.
A better Jamaica.
And what we want is a better Jamaica.
Right.
And the truth is, I would prefer a Jamaica where we have more professionals and less debt.
True.
Than we say, boy, we have a booming business.
So we are building professionals.
We are trying to build professionals.
Mr. Miller, you know what is what I say to people, especially people overseas? It is best for you to want to see another carpenter, another mason, an electrician, and a mechanical teacher. We don't want next gunman.
Exactly.
We don't want the next gunman.
Exactly. And so we want to start with changing the mindset of the young ones, and over time we see if we can. The fact is, Mr. Green, we're trying to impact the country one community at a time. We can't do the whole country. So we're starting with one community at a time, one set of school in a geographical space, and then we'll spread. So listeners, you'll hear more about these initiatives as time go by. But of course, we know launch number 1 is going to be next Wednesday, the 29th of November.
In Portland.
In Portland, above Bay Primary School. Thank you so very much for being with us. A lot was said today, but we thank you so very much for your listenership and also for sharing the word. Catch you again on Thursday, same time. It will get better.
Indeed.
It came to pass.
Just remember, it will get better. It will get better. It will get better.
Make XL Auto Parts your first stop for all your automotive parts and accessories for Toyota, Nissan, Honda, and other vehicles. Tires also available. Located at 95.5 Hagley Park Road, Kingston. Call 426-1769. The time by XL Auto Parts, your auto parts hub, is
12 o'clock.
Clean and disinfect surfaces frequently daily. This includes